I was on a live demo yesterday with OConnect, and today after the aftermath, I'm going to call it, it was incredible. Okay, I was jumping, and I just found, like, I was reading my they sent me a report, you know, the mom minutes of meeting. Anybody been involved? I'm sure Engineer Michael knows. So the minutes of meeting, there were 60 items was added to the bucket. That's how much it got nastier. Well, better. And today, I don't know, I just had a creative moment again, and I added on my document for OConnect 3 more that will be discussed with the team. So it is never ending. It is in a good way, of course, you know, so we are stacking the cool at its finest. I was on a conference call with the lawyers this morning. For some weird reason, I just, while talking to them, some crazy ideas came to my mind about mail. I don't know what was the connection, but it triggered me, and I couldn't wait to get off that call conference and start writing those ideas. I got them. They didn't fly away, so I got all the ideas. They're captured about mail. Mail is gonna make you crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is just taking off. Now we are getting creative. Again, there's MVP, and then you stack the cool. That's where we are now. We are gonna blow this up. I love it. I mean, it's almost, you can dance. You could hug that mail and just dance with it. That's how good is it. Kissing marshmallows is an understatement. As of the first products on our data center, the report, it says ultra fast. That's how is the upcoming mail is ultra fast email system. It's incredible. But all my life, you guys, I listened a little bit on the video while I was on the move on YouTube. You covered a bit of it. Like, you amazed me. I don't know, how did you know that? I didn't tell you all those information, but great guess and good assumptions. On the right track, absolutely. But of course, I don't know what's the word, but let's find what's handy. It is crazier than you think, for sure. So I guarantee that. I love it, and yeah, all my life is 100% unique to us. Never been thought or attempted before that a similar product, and it's good for many reasons. Maybe I wasn't planning. I want to start talking about not only all my life, but any product before it's actually right there about to be released to you. So this is an exception. We're not close to releasing that to you. It will be probably it's one of the icing on the cake. It's not necessarily the meat and potato. It's the garnishing. It's that crown on passive. Not necessarily a profitable item, similar to Bless. Some stuff we do, not necessarily to have transactions, but it is incredibly valuable. I do believe it will change many aspects of our life from the core. All right. I can spend a few weeks talking about my life. That is one of my babies. It's not, I cannot say my baby. Okay. I have a bunch of babies. I have a farm and all unicorns. So the theory of my life, okay, how can I simplify it without giving too much, without breaking the pattern and talking too much too soon before it's actually complete? because that will be talking, not walking. I like to walk before the talk. Okay, what do you want to? What do you prefer? Your child to walk first or to talk? They will annoy you. Yeah, you want them to walk. They walk. You know, they talk is easy. We can talk. Okay. But let me try to put it down. I'm not sure if you allow me. Oh, there's a they added whiteboard. I don't have to go anywhere, so we'll wait here. Okay. New whiteboard. Okay. Tell me if you can see me or see my.
Not yet. We don't.
The
There we
whiteboard.
do.
The simple.
It's a whiteboard now.
Yep, it's coming up. There you go. It's up.
Anyone can. Okay. So, what color do you like, Milo? Blue, sharp.
Blue or green.
Okay. All right. So this is the memory and the learning chart. Okay. So this will represent time. This will represent memory. Memory. Okay. You are a student or you just attended a class. I think that would be the best example. Okay. And right when you finish that class, say science, all right, the minute you finish it, you are at the peak. If this is 100%, you are not necessarily 100%, depending on how much you paid attention. But then from there, so by the time you get home, you're hungry. I'm assuming we're in a traditional school. You're hungry, see a few people, it will never be again at 100%. I'm talking about how much you remember from that class. 45 minutes class, you got it, you fired up, you learned something. By the time you get home, you're hungry, it declined a little bit. Okay? You sleep, you watch TV, you talk to family. The next day, it declines. All right. A week later, you're going to remember something when last week. Not that fresh. So what is this, like 80% now? Okay. Now, that's why we call in schools, you review. Your goal when you review is to boost it back to that 100%. Try to memorize and recall those informations on your, those pieces of information on your brain. You try. I think you would ever get it back to 100% like the original time. So then another week goes back, it declines. This is time. All right. You review, but by the time you finish, you pass the test, all of that. Years later, if it goes on and on and on. So, Engineer Michael, you took calculus in your life. Do you remember when was the last calculus class in your life? You're going to need a while to remember that. Needless to remember one letter from that class. So it is definitely at the bottom. How much you can recall from that class? No way. Even if it was 2 years ago or 20 years ago, it's over. Can you imagine if we always hover around the 100% in our memory and all the information that we gain, we can contain them and hold them as long as we want and retrieve them on demand. So the theory of All My Life is anytime you want the fingers of your tips, like a finger in your fingers tips, like instantly you can recall the information and it will constantly and permanently hover around the top. That's so much retention from our knowledge and information. That's on the education. So I'm going to take this away and we're going to create, this is the traditional one. We're constantly, not necessarily, you know, in aging terms, we tend to start losing. No, even children, you know, that's why we have to repeat a lot to kids. So memory is something that was designed by the creator to lose, and it has a good side of it. Okay, because good memories, good information, yeah, you want to hold on to it, but the system is you know, two ways. All right, but also if you have sad feelings and your body memorizes them, and your brain and your your heart, okay, they will be forever. I don't want to open a dramatic episode here, but if one day on your own, imagine the saddest moment of your life, if you recall that fresh and freshly, permanently at 100%, life will be devastated. So thank God he created that memory loss. That's a beauty. That's the wisdom of it. That's the purpose of it. Okay. So we should lose memory, but thanks to technology now and passive, we can use what we want. We don't have to be a hold or a tank for that unnecessary information, right? We can store it on technology, but yet it's handy for us. So this will be the passive chart. It will be here, no matter how far you go here, 75,000 years from now, as long as there's technology and there is, you bet there would be, okay, and there are servers and there are data centers, it will be stored and archived for generations to come. Remember, your lifespan is not going to be 200 years, all right? So if we can keep it for 200 years, that's amazing. Even for a baby or a newborn infant, okay, we will be fine. Okay, so that's the theory of reserving the memory. Now, who could use it and what it's used for? All right, we're done with that. Okay. Number one, the obvious. Students in academia, okay, and academy, they will be the smartest students. We're giving them that weapon so they would never forget anything. They can retrieve the information not only for the term, which is typically 4 months, or a class, 2 months or something, for the course of their life. They hold that information and knowledge. Now that is a good component of academy. Not only you're giving them the information, you are enforcing the utilization of that information and knowledge. 2, scholars, researchers are going to love it. Writers, they constantly collect data and thoughts and all of that. Inventors, they want to preserve things. Preachers, men of religion or women, they would love that. Historian, perhaps politicians and those who are involved in current events, and they want to watch things and hold into that. I do believe also it can be useful for the, you know, investigators and criminal system way, where we have a smarter way of getting tips quickly and act and go after the criminals, you know, with the data. It could be very useful, and for business, for social and family, of course. Okay, everything goes, you know, back to the family. So, so that is a complete cycle of who, and perhaps everybody would have a creative use of it, but socially and for travel reasons. I'm going to give you a few examples, all right? But for you not to take it too serious, let me give you an example. My wife is not feeling that well, I said earlier. okay, don't worry, don't worry about food. I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to make my delicious soup. She knows I have a very unique soup. It will impress even Red Redfern. Okay, so, and I said, don't worry, I'm going to get it. I'll do it for you. Now, I got behind with some work and all of that as usual. And she said, don't worry, I'm going to order and I'll have soup. Now, I'm not an idiot, okay? If I do that, if I allow her, she's going to be using all my life. In 2045, okay, she's going to tell me, do you remember at 7 o'clock in 2022, June 8th, okay, you ditched me, I wasn't feeling good. So that's a problem. I'm digging my own grave by designing all my life. Now, if I don't have it, she will forget in a couple of years. So I'm not gonna, so that's a cool side of it. But another side of it, how often do you meet people? Let's say in the food, you know, we actively go out and eat and meet people, etc. We build relationship. You build it, not strong enough that you would remember next time. Especially if you're food savvy, you analyze it. Remember that chart? So at the end of the meal, I can give you the service was amazing, but this was, you know, too dry, too, you know, from a perspective, and too salty, too, etc. Okay, I can give you details. There's no possible way I would recall that if I go to that place a year from now. I wouldn't even remember what did I order and how was it and who. Can you imagine if I pulled that phone and took a picture of my meal and I put 2 comments there, but the food, the server, and the person who took care of us. And when I go back there on my way, before I get in, I'm gonna look back, say, listen, I want Lynn. She took care of us last time here. I heard to serve us today. Hi, Lynn, you probably don't remember, but I remember we were here last year on June the 3rd at 8:30, and this is what we've ordered, and this was exactly our experience. And I know what to order and what to reorder because I have comments. Tiny thing, but now measure on that anything of scale, whether it's a lesson, whether it's your doctor visit, I'm talking about socially, whether it's an occasion, it's a wedding, who came to your child wedding, who didn't come, what did they give you, all of that. So this is gonna be a little too revealing, but for you, obviously you could choose how you can monetize that. Obviously, everyone would walk away with a few things. Now, this is the technology aspect of it. You could walk away with your own Wikipedia, encyclopedia, okay? So Jeffrey Morlock just decides to create a your own public Wikipedia page. There will be the template and the content that is taken away from it, okay? It's for you to edit, but it's ready. So that's something you would walk away with it. Secondly, biography, like a memoir, okay? A whole book. That's when I mentioned historian, politicians, all of that, they're gonna love it, okay? So now they will be able, it's ready. They don't have to reinvent the wheels. They just report everything that they go through or what matters to that career, okay? And at the end of the day, it's already there, classified, archived, categorized, and just monetize it however you wish, okay? And so you will have your book done for you. You're gonna have your blog, personal blog, done for you, okay? And you can play with it, subtract, add, what you choose to reveal, keep in mind, okay? Because while you're feeding, you give it what you want, okay? Of course, you wanna be accurate with yourself. If you're not, it's a big topic, okay. You we'll find that as needed. But if something, in my career, I don't think it's a secret or confidential, for example, I'm adding that there. There's no need. So it's not like available to the public unless I choose to. Okay, and it depending where you put it. Now, there will be some secrets or privacy, things about somebody's illness. You want to share that with the whole world, right? Okay, your details, or you're tracking a pattern, a health issue, you'll be able to refer to that information when needed. It will help your doctors. 15 years ago, your last dentist, what did they say? How did this evolve? How long did it take? Detail. Many times you ask me, Dr. Bill, well, when was the last time you had the root canal? I don't remember. I'm just going to give it a wild guess. In the last 25 years, I don't know when. Okay, but I'll be able to tell you this day, this is exactly what happened. This and up and go on and on and on and on. Now, if you want to utilize that with your clients, okay, you're going to blow their mind. Okay, whatever business you have, a retail, when your client comes to you, hey, Dan Street, I remember you bought this from me in 2000. You know what? I want to make it up to you. I felt we overcharged you or something. That was 5 years ago. And man, it will blow your mind. This person couldn't sleep for 5 years. This is unbelievable. So you're going to remember their names, or they will, whatever the equation here. So I can go on and on, but I can tell you, it's one of my babies all my life. The possibilities are endless. However you want to play with it, it is yours, okay? But the packaging of the information, it will be disruptive in many ways, whether you want to publish it publicly, make it with a certain group or individuals, with a wife or somebody, even if you want to go all the way to your wallet access, or to your bank account information, or to want to share it with your spouse or somebody, a guardian, or that is useful. It is needed when you will have, obviously, with the customization of passive, when and who, and there would be some security to unlock that. It's amazing. So we can go on and on and on. So the other topic we talked about, okay, connect. I'm going to go back. I'm cheating. I can't help myself. I want to talk about it. I can't. But okay, create. Yeah, create is not what you think. Okay, it is definitely bigger. All right. So we are creating the websites and the content and all of that, but perhaps we want to leave that a la carte or on demand, or the customizable aspect. Okay, you never have to use it. Never. You don't have to. Okay. Now, if you want to play with it, you're not going to break anybody. You're not going to break the computers. You're not going to create a system. You want to play with it for fun and delete it, save it, however you want to do. It's your choice. But if you choose, or if you have a reason, if you have a need, again, everything is categorized. All right. What are you and what you're trying to accomplish? Number one, you want to build a website. There are themes of websites for business, for finance, for charity, for personal page, for food, for travel, for a theme. You select the template, some of them blank. All right, drag, drop, drag, drop. Okay, select. So you put a block for an image. You put a block for text. You put a block for title. Okay, and everything is customizable. It will start with hello world. Okay, and you build. Now you can go miles and miles and miles upon miles deeper, and you can make it expandable. And I'm talking about a website, meaning multiple pages. You can create different pages in a website, not a single page. Okay, a long one, flash one with a slider, with video, all types of website. You select the theme, the layout. That's one click. The category, the theme, the click out. Okay, perhaps, and fill in the blank. There will be some basic foundations, but everything is customizable. That is what it is. Okay, now you can have your own website. Might take you a couple of minutes if you have the text, okay, tick, 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 okay. It might take you 10 seconds if it's a simple thing, all right. You want to announce an event and webinar, or you want to create a quick page, okay, on your own domain name for a child birthday, okay. You want to invite your neighbors or so, it's a piece of cake, okay. And you have them in your own mail, contacts in one group, neighbors, okay, or family. Just drop an email and they have a link and they have the details where you meet, what you do, bring and dress and all that. It's for social, for anything. It's all connected together. Now, that is one category, website. Another thing, you're going to have a short website. Now, we're going to fade away. You all know Mari DeGarmo, you know capture pages or splash capture pages or squeeze page, as of now we call them. I'm still not sold on the name, but we call them, you know, like the opt-in or the quick notification page. So let's call them short pages for now, which could be simply announcing a webinar, announcing an event, and a simple call for action. So a title, an image or a video, and a couple bullets. And so that's a simplified one. So a long, complete professional page of any category, any sector, and then short pages, and then WordPress. You have a bit or multiple templates to choose. WordPress is an animal when it comes to SEO. They love it because it's customizable. You type what you want. So it's already there. All you have to do is type, delete, type, refill. Okay, the basic foundations. And of course, do we have library? Yes. We're going to keep on adding. There will be individuals in our different locations just feeding to the library, like, you know, stock images, things we create, media materials, okay. We will have a lot, okay, like videos from us, from the company, that we make in events. Perhaps you can make your own and all of that, all right. So so WordPress is one thing, but you might think of what about you know, to create a webinar, what do you call it, campaign, or you want to have multiple pages, like a redirect page, a follow-up integrated with OMail, and you know, you're announcing a class or something with Academy, so the integration kicks off. So it's called the redirect, and it's called multiple layers of utilization. So you can go on and on. Now, any page you may desire, any kind of page, we don't need to keep on going with the examples, okay? But if you have it, it is there. You just select what you want, fill in the blank, or just go with it. It is, here's, we're not done. Here's where it starts, okay? So you have that instantly hosted live, okay, on the World Wide Web with your own domain name. Remember Jeffrey Moloch? Okay, we said I'm gonna start tick, 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 tick. Now I have it on a domain name. I'm gonna call that page, you know, June, okay? Now what I'm gonna find is jeffreymoloch.com/June. It's already live, whatever I just selected, 2 seconds away, fresh, fresh from the oven, okay? That's how it is. Instantly, you don't need to wait and go now shop for a host, and where do I put it, and what's a good name, and all of that. So whatever you name that page, instantly it's live. So anybody will be able to create, okay, so that's how we're making you the hero. You never thought I would create a web page. Even I, look at me, I will be able to create a website using OCreate. It's that simple, okay? And anyone will have it on their identity. But if you are so scared, all right, very skeptical that you're going to destroy the planet by doing that, don't worry, you don't have to, and nothing will change, okay? Because you're going to have a website at least every day. Because if the event will give you your link to that event on your domain name, Engineer Michael, on your domain name, but at the same time, there's a daily website, Engineer Michael, you know, March 22nd, okay, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. So every day there's at least one website, and there's, you know, a live webinar coming. You should be the one to get credit with OConnect, right? and the button is there for call for action. We want to make a campaign sales, or it is limitless. Listen, if the initial feeling that you're having, I'm confused, this is crazy, I love it. That's exactly how I want you to feel. Okay, it is crazy. So back to connect. I'm kidding. You have to you have to stop me. Okay. All right. We're gonna really have fun with it. Okay. Really have fun with it. Like fun. Okay. Now, what about OMA? It's a mail system. Up until this morning, I thought it's the best email system, but now it's more than an email. Up until this morning, it was no doubt it was the most incredible, valuable email system, no doubt, but just email to email. All right. Now it's not an email only. It's a blast.
Wow. Shoo. Wow.
Greatest
Hey,
work.
Ash,
Talk to me.
you have just really piqued my curiosity. And I'm sorry to interrupt like this, but as long as you're talking about O'Mail, the other day you had said in one of the webinars that O'Mail, the only thing that could come close to it is what you've got in your imagination. And there's a lot of us. Can
I
you?
said that.
Yeah.
Man, I
You said
didn't know I
there's a
sound
bunch
that
of stuff.
wise. That's
You know,
amazing.
yeah, and imagination, and that really got me going. Can you share some of the features perhaps that you haven't shared with us about this? I mean, I know it's huge, and I know it's the best thing going.
Man, I know these are public webinars. I really have a couple things in my head, but and on the document here. What the heck? You're Jeffrey Morlock. Okay. So why not have a secretary to read for you?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I'm in my bed. Any of you does that? Okay. I don't want to read. I want to see with my eyes. Can I automate it to read sound to my headset? To read text for me?
Yeah.
It would be fun. Okay. Why email is boring? Boring. Okay. Why? Plain text, doesn't have feeling, anything. Doesn't touch our senses. The only thing is like our sight, right? If we incorporate other aspects of it, like hearing, music, background, that I can select to my recipient to hear, it's a soothing invitation. I'm trying to comfort one of my friends, okay, that everything is going to be okay. And, you know, just a personal note, but why not having that spa background music while they're reading?
Oh.
I'm inviting them to an exciting event announcing, oh, mail should have some drum rolls. Da-da-da is coming, okay? So I think that's enough, right? But more and more and more and more. But it's going beyond email. It's unemailing the concept of email and throwing every email to where they belong. And this is going to be fun. So I just thought about that.
As will the email be also be able to be text? So can you text from the email?
What do you mean text? Like if it's a valid email?
Like no, the phone text to a phone rather than email. Can the email just actually be put out so that?
Are you saying like to sync it on the cell phone? Yeah,
so,
sync it. Yeah, we have sync. It's already synced.
So okay, awesome. And
yeah, it's on the video. We can sync that to your mail, to your mobile, whatever the provider is, and yeah, so you would be able to read it there.
Okay, and I'm assuming that with the Create, you create a website, a web funnel. It could actually go to your email and start a drip campaign.
Yeah, that's a short one or anyone. Yeah, it's forgive me, Milo. Let's move from that. That's old. Okay, we're gonna have to open your mind and be patient with me. Okay, just allow me. Okay, to show you. Not necessarily because I don't want you to be in the same mind. We're recreating insanity. The same thing. Okay, why? It didn't work 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Not to where we want to go. It doesn't mean it was at the time that's what we got, but now we got better and more advanced because we're going way higher and above. So this, come on, yeah. So there's a smart link just to comfort you with that. Okay, there's what you call a smart link, a button. Okay, one click, so it will be anywhere you embed it, anywhere. Okay, on any of your websites. We will do that day and night on every application. Okay, so it's simply you click it, that turns into a field. Once you finish the field, at the end of it, submit. It's one place, one bar, okay, or a button if you wish, or a banner. We play with the size, don't worry. Okay, so it is there, you submit, right? And that individual gets an email, and it's like always, it says accept invitation, get access, get free access. This, okay, so it's always, oh yeah, sure, it's one click. They click it, now it's populating their name, email, because remember, most of the information we know from our visitors on any of our properties. Okay, we know where they are, like location, time zone, currency, language, all we know so much. We know their IP address, etc. Okay, now we just, if you have their name and email address, pretty much you can go to the moon. Okay, then in the email they click, and that is obviously the button wherever you want them to be. It's should be on my contact list, and it's automatically in your contact list, to attend my webinar, to follow me on ONET, whatever that action. So each product has its call to action and call for action different button, but it's one click, it's a smart link, not a form, it's not opt-in or subscribe or unsubscribe. Now, nobody would email anyone, nobody would email anyone or anybody from OMail, okay, without a permission. So the first time everybody's going to receive accept communication from Diane Lennon. You can block them, you can put them back on the list, whatever you obviously, because you need to have a permission to communicate with a person. So if you accept Diane, obviously if you want to email her, also she would get a permission. Permission is a gentle knock on the door. You just don't want to walk into somebody's home. Be kind, be polite, knock on the door. They allow you in, no problem. And you put them in the prospective category, family, business, all of that.
Ash, have you got any updates about the data transfer? Is that all going to plan?
Yeah, so they are configuring some of the live stuff. So it's more complex than it sounded. So it's going to require some time, but it's already undergoing. Okay, I just probably shouldn't listen to the times they keep on updating. This time. So that time, I would just tentatively any time, any day, it can go on briefly. It can go down. Hopefully, we can minimize that to the least amount of time, and then we will come back. It is seamless. It's not going to be something that will affect or smell or vibrate.
I'm sure I'm the same as many founders that I've never looked forward to slowing down so much as this one.
Remember, we have innovative labs, and we have labs that are specified in and specialized in mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, okay, etc. And the car was brought up, in several ideas and products. However, we're clear on our lane, okay? So we prefer to leave that automobile industry for the good players. You got some very legendary car makers, but they will use on passive in some aspects. Remember, the challenge for them, and I can feel with them, okay, we have such an amazing advantage. Okay, we're building from the ground up. Okay, so we get to come up like with AI, with everything is built in from the inception. So it is more natural. It's more, I would say, kind of boldly connected, versus for them, they're going to have to refurbish, they're going to have to remake and all that. And the cost of the car, it doesn't allow, because a car that is 10 years is depreciating, and now you're going to add something that is more valuable to it. It's not going to revive. Okay, so it's better to invest in the human, but we have something that will be in every car. That's a different statement, a complete different direction. And go think, what is the one thing that every car would use? And we would be the only provider to it. So I think in the US, probably 200 million cars. We can look it up. Yeah, 150, maybe 2 million cars on the streets of America alone. All right. Okay, how many cars? I have Uncle Google here. How many cars are? Oh, I was going to ask how many. 1.4 billion vehicles in 2019 in the world. All right. What is the one thing? Okay, this is a homework. What is the one thing that 1,400,000,000 cars would use, and all the other next 104 billion?
That will be old tracker, Ash.
No idea. I have no idea.
That's gonna be old tracker. You can't win me on this, Ash. That's old
Bigger,
tracker. I got
bigger.
it.
No. They would need it.
Yes, they'll need it.
No. The car wouldn't run without it.
Not necessarily.
You want something that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an accessory. Okay, something more. Okay.
Okay.
And something that people are gonna kiss on passive for it. Okay.
Wow.
I think that's enough.